Sorry.
Nah, you're right though. You're right.
How you been?
Chilling, man.
You're back in Copenhagen, right?
Yeah, actually, trying to stay warm.
How cold is it over there?
Not that cold. Like the homies in New York is freezing way more than me. That's for sure.
Okay. It's getting cold here now.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit cold. Yeah, man. So, what were you doing today? You were out printing a magazine, or?
Yeah, I'm making a little photo scene that I like pictures that I shot like on either my well, all on photo films, so either like point and shoot cameras or some other stuff that I got, and I just made a selection of a shitload of photos that I got and start printing a scene. And a friend of mine, he has like all the equipment for it, so we kind of like did a test run. Can you see me on the video, by the way?
Yeah, actually, I can see. Yeah, I can see.
So there's a little booklet, and it just pictures of stuff that I shot.
Oh, sick, man. Yeah.
From Kenny.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the homie. That's the homie. Sick.
And yeah, you know, it's like all stuff. It's 44 pages.
Nice.
1 second.
Yeah.
I'm talking. So I don't know. I don't know why it's slow. So, my girlfriend's complaining about the bad Wi-Fi all of a sudden.
Then it's probably the Skype, most likely.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
Mm.
No, so I've been just because the winter I was not doing that much. So I wanted to make zines for a long time, and then my friend said, "Well, maybe we can print it." At my like he has like a machine, like a printer. So I bought paper and stuff, but it didn't came out that well. It looks good, but not good enough for me. So we looked up some print shops that can do it and how much it's going to cost. And eventually it's just going to be a euro more than if I make it myself. So I think I'm just going to spend it out to the people and then get a booklet from them and then try to sell that.
Yeah, fair enough.
So,
yeah, man. I just want to get into this, though, but...
So I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Like a year ago, I was talking about with what's this guy's names again? Justin Chet Anthony.
Yeah.
I don't know how to talk. I want to do it with him and with John Lee. Just have like a Skype interview and talk bullshit about roleplay.
Yeah.
Never got the chance to do it.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how I felt. Like I feel like there's so much good reading going on, but there's no. Everybody stopped the podcast. Like Kevin Dowling stopped the Dirty Show. The mushroom blading guys, they're like probably busy. I don't know what their deal is, but they haven't been doing podcasts. Like, I don't know. So I mean, I just got kind of tired of waiting. It's like might as well start something.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, but you're working on the dab video.
Yeah, man. I'm actually flying to Barcelona on Thursday.
So,
for 1 week, I go with Sam Croft, the guy from Holland. We're just going to skate there for a week. Because I haven't done stuff for the movie in the winter that much because, yeah, just shitty weather, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
And then flying to the States for 2 months after Winter Clash with Levi.
Oh, sick.
To finish Russell and finish Julian. So we go 1 month for California. And then we fly to Atlanta. We stay there for a month. And try to finish the profiles of the two American guys.
Sick. Yeah, that's dope, man. Especially, I'm sure you'll probably be out like in San Diego.
Yeah. We're gonna be in San Diego. That's the main place that we're gonna stay. Of course, because we fly in LA, so we're gonna spend a couple of days in LA.
Yeah.
We probably want to go to Arizona, but I just want to get as much possible as done from Russell so I can finish his profile.
For sure. Yeah, to be honest, I mean, I'm from Long Beach, but I've never really been to San Diego. I've been to San Diego maybe like 3 times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I've been places in Europe more than San Diego, which is kind of weird.
I only been twice on the West Coast. I've been to San Francisco in 2011. And it was like 3 weeks in San Francisco. And I've been to LA last year, but that was for work, so I didn't skate or didn't really do anything over there.
Hey, but are you skating at Dabs currently?
I do. I got the same ones as you. You got the vegans, right?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, like those skates, they kind of grew on me in the beginning. Like I definitely had some issues, but to be honest, coming from Shadow, I wouldn't even like most skates anyway because they
Ah,
felt really different. So I just like kept giving them a chance. But now I'm definitely feeling them a bit more. I must say.
I don't like grind anything because my body's just been hurting. But I skate on them a lot, and they feel really good at my feet because every skate that I have is if I have them on too long, my feet are getting tingly and annoyed, and I can put these skates on, and after 3 hours of skating around on it and filming and doing everything on it, I still don't feel anything.
Hmm.
So I don't know how they are with grinding because I did a couple soul grinds in the backsides, but that's about it. But not like fully skating on it. So, but other than that, they feel for me really comfortable, and that's not because I'm working for them, but they actually feel really comfortable for me.
Sick.
But some people they really like it, some people don't like it. I've seen people skate on it and then they like it for a bit, and then after a while they don't like it anymore. But some people they don't like it in the beginning,
Yeah.
but they bite through and then they go like, dude, these are the best.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I mean, for me, it's like the skates were so stiff, and
Yeah,
even after I heat molded them, like I could only fast slide because like I couldn't do anything else. I'm like I wasn't used to having like what I mean, like the stiffest skates
yeah.
on. Like top soles weren't happening at all. Like it was pretty limited. But then again, it kind of like challenged me, and I think that's why I kept skating them because it wasn't a normal day. Like I had to go out and relearn like a lot of my shit. But at the end of the day, I mean, you got to ask yourself like, I don't know if that really hinders your skating or not when you have to relearn tricks. You know
I
what I
think
mean?
everybody that's good in skating can skate every skate, but you just have to do it. But also, a lot of people take the easy way out. Like they go like, oh, they don't feel well. Oh, never mind. But they don't give it a try. And that's the problem maybe with the depth skates. They're a little bit too expensive just to try out. So
True.
nobody really get the chance to really skate those skates and figure if they're good for them. And
Yeah.
with the other skates, if you buy a pair of Aeons, they were like what, 150, 180, whatever. If you don't like him, you just resell them again, and somebody wants them. There's definitely a guy in your city that's okay to buy those Aeons from you, and then you'd be like, oh, next skate and try the
Yeah.
fucking follows or whatever. So you just have to go for it. And then really, if you really try it and it doesn't work, hey, then you know it.
That's true.
But that's people nowadays. It's everything has to be easy and quick and cheap and whatever. So
Mm. But I'm guessing. I mean, if you're filming the video, are you filming like on DV tapes or what are you using?
yeah, I film with the. It's kind of like the upgrade version of the VX, but then like digital. It's the FX 1E.
Okay.
I can show you. It's the. Here we go. It's this camera,
Ah, sick.
and I got two of them. This one is kind of old and been busted. It's like old camera of chess hands.
Hmm.
I got it from him in 2011, and yeah, it's hanging on with tape, with duct tape.
Fair enough.
I like the fact that filming on tape for me is you actually watch everything back and you keep on learning, seeing what you do well and what you do wrong,
Yeah.
but so you do not miss anything. Because with digital, for example, you filmed 30 clips of the same trick and you just go to the last one that you are the one that is good. You name it and all the rest you throw away. But maybe in one of those shots there's actually something cool happening on the background or a nice slam that you forgot that you otherwise throw away, or like something funny or whatever. And with the tapes, you capture everything and you watch everything and you just save so much more stuff. But either you use it or not, but you can also see what you did well or wrong and all that stuff. And this camera is a little bit grainy, not super digital,
Yeah.
not super low quality. It's just in between, and that's what I like about the camera. And the whole weight and size of it, for me, it's perfect.
All right, but also I wanted to talk to you about I'm noticing here and there, like a lot of people are getting in these crazy Facebook like debates lately. And to be honest, like, I mean, I usually don't chime in. I usually just like stay on the sidelines. But like, yo, it seems like some of this shit gets real heated, like here and there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and sometimes I just say stuff and people get so mad at me. But sometimes you just need to say the truth, I think. And no, nobody does that anymore. People just continue to, well, I don't want to say butt kiss everybody, but because somebody that is well known posts something, it has to be good. But that's bullshit because there's stuff from people that are actually well known or um, like people that actually make good stuff and they post something and I look at it and I'm like, wow, why do you dare to post this or make a VOD out of it when it's actually not that good? And I'm not gonna say any names. I don't want to do that.
No.
But I will tell people in their face that if I see people, I would be like, hey, yo, like even with skaters doing bad tricks and they post it in a video and they do like topside tricks and they roll it, I'll be face to face. I will tell you, hey, next time don't do that because it's stupid. You know, like you should not put that in the edit. You know, and people are too easy now and they give props to everything, but I think sometimes you need to be critical about stuff. And maybe it's me being an old guy and being grumpy and picky on stuff, or me just being so busy with it because I'm always filming. I'm always busy with making stuff look good. And of course, I can still learn stuff. I can still do stuff wrong, but at least I'm trying, you know? And so many people, they don't even try anymore. They got all the good equipment. They have the good skaters, but they just do like it's nothing. Like they don't even put effort in it. But then they make a VOD out of it, you know? Just work for it, you know?
I feel you on yeah, I can see what you mean, but also I don't know if you want to bring up any names and so on, but one of the biggest thing, and it wasn't just you. There was actually multiple dudes who had an issue with Watchdagame exactly. And to be honest, with my opinion, I actually thought it was a pretty sick video, as in for what they were going for. I mean, yeah, sure, there was some tricks in there that were like pretty like, yeah, I wouldn't have filmed that, honestly. You know what I mean? But
well, I didn't. The thing is, I told myself that I still actually have to like watch it till the end, but I still hadn't done it because I'm like, I just couldn't. Filming wise, you know, they got a good camera. They know how to film. Some stuff is maybe a little bit overdone with the fisheye sometimes, but some people go too much in it. But that's a personal thing. Editing wise, they did a good stuff. All the sketches, I'm not into too much sketches in videos, but that's also their thing. And that's because a lot of people attack me on that I was like, oh, they're just having fun and you don't understand it. It's like a Canadian thing. I was like, I don't even complain about that because I don't care about that. Like if you want to make stupid sketches or funny sketches or whatever, any type of sketches, I don't care. I don't care about that. But watching the skating, I don't know, maybe I was in a really bad mood that day, but watching the skating being really goofy tricks and then seeing somebody handing up a Royale on a handrail, it made me pissed. It made me fucking pissed. Like, we are always complaining that people hate rollerbladers and that they call us faggots and blah, blah, blah. Oh, keep doing this and people will call you faggots, like, you know? And everybody should do whatever the fuck they want to do. If you want to do toe rolls the whole fucking day, you do toe rolls the whole fucking day. If you want to do disaster kink reels, you do that the whole day. I don't even care about that. But that whole video, the first, 10, 15 minutes that I saw of it, it was 70, 80% was just little stuff that, I don't know, it just annoyed me. That I was like, I'm trying to film, for me, real skating, like good tricks, good lines, good rails, and all that stuff. And then I see this, and my whole Facebook was full. Everybody was posting it, reposting it. Oh my God, this is the best thing, this is the best thing. And I'm like, how is this the best thing when I film a year with Clement all over Europe. He skates real street. He does crazy stuff. And I look at how many times my edit has been watched in a whole year, and Watchdagame has been watched half of that in half an hour or whatever, you know?
But you think that has to do more with those guys' personality, and they have more of a following than maybe Clement actually has?
Sure. It definitely has to do. I mean, if you're Sizemore and you post one video of a soul grind, you get more hits than me posting a soul grind, you know? Of course, it's those people, and it's the whole thing, and they got a whole army behind them, you know, the whole mushroom blading. That it's a big thing, and I don't know. Maybe I got really annoyed with that. That like for me, real street skating got watched less than just little tricks. Because watching a little edit from, for example, in Soda when Danny Beers part came in, I actually enjoyed it. Watching it,
yeah.
I was we sit next to each other while watching it. I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, we were sitting next to each other. Yeah.
I enjoy it for 2 minutes.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
But then watching a whole movie with it, I'm like no, because the rest of Soda was just fucking amazing skating.
Of course.
But watching all that, and then I don't know, man. Like I said, it's just me being like an old guy, not understanding some stuff. And hey, Leify does some stuff like that too, and it's funny to film with an iPhone and put it on Instagram. But filming a whole year with like a good camera, I don't understand it. And then I was like, hey, maybe we should not like promote this so much, you know, like promoting young skaters that are not that really good, you know, and because they have like one guy that's a good skater that likes him and everybody reposts it doesn't mean that the kid is good, but the kid gets such a boost that he's going to be cocky. I've seen that happen too. There's people all over Europe that are young that get promoted by bigger skaters, and I'm like, well, there's skaters older than him that's maybe better. They should get better recognition than does. Of course, the young kids is our future, but do not put it out there too much, you know, like, of course, give them some credit, but also give them criticism. Like, Martin Dunning, Randy Soller, Jaro, all young kids. Leify back in the day, I gave them so much shit. Like, ask fucking Martin Dunning. We got in a fight on internet, like a personal message between each other, because I said, dude, I just said some stuff to him. I was like, why do you post all of this when you, well, I don't know, you know? And the same with Randy Soller. He does a lot of his tricks. He doesn't know how to do royales. He stands 50-50. For a year, I've been saying, dude, you need to go through your knees and sit on that boot. Yeah, but I'm doing a royale. I was like, no, that's not a royale. But nobody tells him. Nobody tells him.
I feel you on that.
Yeah, and if nobody tells it, if you just go like, yeah, bro. Like, no, he did at Church Cologne, he did a 360 disaster soul. And it was cool because normally he does his same disaster trick, like a disaster negative Mizu.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he did a 360. So I was like, oh, cool. And of course I cheered. And then I saw the edit, and he just flew like a pencil in the air, like a stick, and landed the soul. Of course, you did a 360 and you landed it. So I said, hey, that was cool, but next time, grab your feet, or at least tuck them in. He was like, why? I did the trick right. I was like, yeah, but it was ugly. And he got mad at me. I was like, well, not to be rude, it's ugly. You spin like a pencil, and he didn't get it. I was like, you spin like a fucking pencil. If you just tuck in your feet, grab them. Don't even grab them, but tuck them in, put them side, shifty, whatever. It looks so much better, and it's a little bit harder, but come on. You'd be like the little future. Don't do all the same stuff, you know. He didn't get it, so I gave up on him. But Yao the same. He was doing 900s. I was like, cool, you can do 900s easy now. Now you need to grab it. He was like, why? I was like, well, it looks better. And now he grabs them. He fell twice, and I told him to get up and do it again. And now he's doing it, you know. And a lot of people just don't say it anymore. They just go like, yeah, that was cool, man, and that's it. You know.
No, I get what you mean. So basically, I mean, at the end of the day, like a lot of what the old school dudes is really trying to say is like, I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong. but they just feel like a lot of the how do you say, like, I don't know, maybe not structure, but a lot of like the rules. Like, yeah, people are breaking the rules, but sometimes you need some sort of structure to keep
Yeah.
things.
There's like a couple unwritten laws in rules in filming, for example, you know.
Yeah.
And I see people slacking with it too. Like, you need to clean your lens. You need to keep your camera still, you know, as much as possible. Of course, sometimes it's hard when you fucking skating with somebody. You're a cameraman too. You know it. You know, if somebody goes
Yeah.
fast, you need to charge with him. But try to keep that camera as quiet, like still as possible. Your lens. Hey, I had a couple clips. My lens was dirty. I was like, I found out later. I was like, damn it. So I got like a lens cloth in my bag all the time, and I'm clean it.
Yeah.
I was watching the basement video. I forgot the name right now.
Volaphilly.
Yeah, and like one of the first parts of it, and they're filming like when it's really sunny. Their fisheye was dirty as fuck, and I was like, wow, these are the guys that made Truth 2, and they're actually like well-known camera and skaters guys, and they just film the whole part with like a dirty lens. And I'm like, come on, guys, you make a VOD, make sure that lens is clean, make sure, and of course, it can happen sometimes.
Yeah.
I have some clips.
Yeah, it happens to me for sure.
No, it happens, but try to, and people need to learn it. Like the guy from BMAC asked me if I want to write like a little tutorial about for the younger kids that want to start filming some stuff about it. And I'm like, in the beginning, I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't because I got a lot of shit over me already. But then I thought, no, somebody actually need to tell them, you know, because the young kids, they grab a camera. And nowadays it's easy. You just grab a fucking DSLR. There's a video mode on it. Or even with your iPhone with a depth lens on it. And they go film. But then at least, because I don't even watch those things anymore because sometimes I just get paranoia with it because it's so shaky. So they need to learn a couple just rules, you know, and it's the same with rollerblading. Back in the day, when you did a trick, and especially in skate parks, because you got the coping like this, if you were rolling on your wheels, you get booed at. Like back in Holland, the old guys, they would just be like, "Oh, you're rolling! You're like a car! You're rolling!"
No, I know you mean. It's still like that in Long Beach till this day.
And you just get back and you did it again until you get cheered at instead of booed at. And nowadays, I see those kids because the coping stick out even more. I see them doing all the switch ups and they're rolling it. Everything is rolling, and I'm like, why doesn't anybody say something about it? It's just the only thing you need to do is bend your knees, lean into it, and you're on the coping, and then you grind. You know, it's not that fucking hard to grind a fucking coping. Don't roll it, just a little bit more through the knees, and you got it. You know.
Yeah.
People don't say it anymore. The only thing they do in a skate park during a competition is because they're young kids, and of course you need to promote the young kids. They cheer at everything they do, and I'm like, no. Of course you can give them props, but you can also give them a little bit
criticism.
But be nice, you know, be nice, tell them nicely, and they'll learn about it. And that's what I'm missing. And that's maybe why I'm sometimes a little bit rude, because I try, even with people that I don't know that much. Like, I even say it to them because they're friends with my friends, and I'm like, hey, dude, maybe you should do this. And then they don't listen, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck am I even trying this for, you know?
All right, well, since you're a filmer, I'm asking you this one. Like, who are you really paying attention to in blading right now? Like, if it doesn't have to do with, like, who's sponsored or whatever. Like as of right now, like, who are your eyes really on? Where you see them post anything and it's like, all right, let me watch this shit. You know what I mean?
You mean like any like skater camera-wise? Or
no, just like skater in general. Like,
John Lee always posts good skateboard stuff. And I watch a lot of skateboard stuff, no joke.
All right.
I'm not afraid to tell that. I love skateboarding. I skateboarded back in the day also, and I love to watch that. I learn a lot from skateboarding stuff. So, and also he has, me and him, we even if he's a drunk and I'm not a drunk, we have good discussions on Facebook together, and we share the same opinion, but we also can get like against each other. So I kind of like that, but he's a good guy. So he knows we kind of have the same view on some stuff that we like. So what he posts, I like, and there's definitely some people that post good stuff. Filming wise, I'm always inspired by Ivan. He doesn't post that much, but
no. But then again, like
he makes stuff. It's for me. It's always I have to watch it straight away. I cannot wait to watch something he makes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I kind of like how he kind of when he puts something out, it's like you already know it's whatever it is, that shit's gonna be fire, because like he don't really, he's kind of, I don't know, but I mean we know Vol 6 is coming out. It's gonna be sick.
You know that he puts all of his stuff in it, and you know it's not gonna be half-ass stuff.
True.
I know he sits on clips for 2 years to bring it out, so you know it's gonna be good. And I mean, if you just have to wait until it's finished for 2 years, then in my eyes, should be good, because sometimes stuff that you film in a month, of course, you got some people that are really good, but really, like some people just need 2 years to make that profile good, but they work for it, and the cameraman and the skater, and it's good. So you just have to wait for it, but you watch it over and over and over. For example, the B. Smith skate, the first one he brought, round one, that profile for me is a perfect example of a skate, like a boot profile.
True.
It's perfect. The intro, the skating, it dropped when the skate came out, and for me, still till today, I actually watched it last week, is one of the best edits that came out. That same with fucking Sizemore. When he turned pro, that edit, it's just, you can watch that in 10 years and you still be like, God damn it. Not only the tricks, but the shots, the editing, it's just perfect, True.
Yeah, it's funny you bring up that B. Smith one, because that's like skateboarders back in Long Beach that I chill with. Like, I actually showed them his edit just to show them what blading is. A lot of them are into like motorcycles and so on. So I figured, like, all right, like this is the one to show, and all of them were like, oh shit, this is fucking dope. And to me, like, we need people like Ivan doing shit like that, because like people see it and like, they can see me blade and be like, but at the end of the day, I show them B. Smith and like the way it was put together, and it's just like, oh man, like,
that's a thing.
Yeah, it changes opinions.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't know who to watch. I don't know, man. I follow people on Instagram and Facebook, and usually you see people post stuff, and it's not specific persons that I need to watch that I'll be like, oh, he's going to post something, so it has to be good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's people I look up to nowadays, filming-wise, is Ivan for sure. Sizemore, when he comes out, he always has good stuff. He has an eye. We talked about that a lot, like also his photos and stuff. Actually, I want to make a zine with him. I told him at Blade Days, and he was really excited when I told him. And he was like, oh, I want to do that. So I talked to him just before his wedding. He said, dude, I'm too busy now. I'm going to get married and go back to Copenhagen. So let's talk about that later. So
for sure.
Hopefully he's still down for that, because he makes good pictures.
Definitely.
Even, John Lee, sometimes he's too drunk to film, so his hands is really shaky. I talked to him about that too. It was like, sometimes you're really drunk and you can film real well, but sometimes you suck when you're drunk, so you need to get like a midline for that. But even if you don't like VX filming or not, I don't give one single shit about that.
Mm-hmm.
He films good stuff, and his style is exactly good for what he does with the camera, where he films. And I always like when he drops something. It's not that I look up to his filming, but I get definitely inspired.
Mm-hmm.
I had a long argument or discussion with him about, like, why do you film VX? Why do you film 4x3? Because that's the only thing I do not get. I can understand you film with the VX, but I don't understand why people film in in a square, because you have a non-square screen.
Yeah.
I don't get it. And he's like, well, dude, with the fisheye, you need a square, blah, blah, blah. So eventually I was like, okay, cool, get that. But why VX? He's like, London is only filmed well with VX. I was like, why is that? He's like, because the city is so dirty and gritty, and that camera is the only camera that can capture the dirtiness of London. And ever he said that, I look at his stuff different. And he's right. It just looks gritty and dirty. I follow a lot of skateboarders from Paris because I live there.
Yeah.
And I filmed VX. And Paris is dirty, but Paris has better pavements. And so I see VX footage and non-VX footage of Paris. And Paris needs the HD. London, it needs the VX. It just makes sense. The dirtiness is just captured really well with that. So, yeah. And I gotta say, the edits that you dropped lately, the 1 minute little edits.
Oh, yeah.
Really enjoyed those because they were really, even the one that was like a riot going on, was not even skating going on. It just has a good vibe in it.
Oh, damn, appreciate it, dude.
Because that's also, sometimes I miss that for myself, like capturing the vibe. I know how to film skating and stuff, but sometimes I miss the surroundings around it because I'm too busy, you know? I'm always busy with the skater, the trick. Sometimes I think about tricks, sometimes I think about spots. I'm really busy that sometimes I forget the surrounding of the spots or the people chilling and all that stuff. So when I see people like you and Sizemore, you guys film little stuff around it, I'm like, oh shit, I need to do that too. So I've been doing that lately. I've been thinking about that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm always trying to take like little like bits and pieces because like earlier I would just try to copy exactly what Jonas Hansen would do. I mean, I'll admit that shit. Like, so like I definitely would. I'd watch it and I'd study everything he did from like Flick to like Traitman or whatever. I'm like, all right, yeah, I gotta get the mood, blah 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 blah. But I mean, like slowly, I just started, taking bits from like everyone else. You know what I mean, and trying to put something together.
Yeah, but it's good. I think copying stuff is good as long as you eventually give it your own touch.
Fair enough.
Because I've seen that in photography, in graffiti, in drawings, and all that stuff. Copying from people that you look up to is good. As long as you don't straight copy it. Give it your own twist. How many people do the filming to the ground or zooming up to the sky? I don't know who started that, but you do it, but you give it your own touch and if it looks good, why not? Nobody puts a trademark on it like, oh, this is my shot. You cannot film like this, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I will be honored if somebody, doesn't matter if it's a big or a small person, comes up to me and is like, dude, I've been filming like you. I'll be like, oh, that's super nice. Like, I don't give a fuck if you fucking copy my stuff. I actually would be really like honored. It's just like because you don't get that much recognition anymore with filming skating. So that could be your little recognition, that could be good. But you've been asking, I gotta just say this, you've been asking about like people I look up to, but the only person I do not look up to, filming rollerblade wise, and I know you're not gonna like it too much because you're Blader Gang, is Erod.
No, that's the homie.
Only person, his stuff I simply do not watch. I cannot watch his filming, skating, editing wise. It's too much for me.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has their thing, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, like, yeah, dude is definitely, like, definitely, like, one of my homies. Like, we're both from Long Beach, and, like, I was with him, chilling with him before the Blader Gang, like, when he got back skating again after getting shot and all that shit, but...
I bet he's a nice guy, and he has all the equipment, he has the good skaters, but I just do not get motivated at all watching his stuff. He does too many double angles. He uses helicopter sounds under a fucking how do you call the camera shot with the helicopter? The drone shots. And the smooth cam, it's too much for me. I try to watch it, like a couple things that he made, and I'm like, nope. Like he fucked up Be Free, in my opinion, his edit, and I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna watch this anymore. But that's probably the only guy that I really do not like his filming. But I know there's a lot of people that really do like his filming.
Yeah.
And, that's cool. I mean, also with the skating, there's so many people that skate that I do not watch. There's enough spin to win kids that are really good that I don't give one single fuck about, But that's also good to have. You have to have different disciplines in filming, skating, everything wise.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, like, honestly, I do fucks with, like, everything Eric does do. Like, I actually do like his shit. I know what you mean in a sense of it being a bit clean at times. 'Cause I do like how skating is when it's just a little bit more raw, whether it's, like, just filmed with like a VX or whatever at the end of the day. But there's a lot of people out there that just will hate anything that's VX. Anything that they see is boxed, and they're just like, oh, fuck that shit. You know what I mean? I mean, at the end of the day, everybody got their own opinion, and that's cool. Like, but yeah, but honestly, that's another thing I want to ask. Like, what do you feel about Eric making the FOR4?
One, I didn't know how that all of a sudden came, because it's weird that Future Rolling 4 comes.
Mm.
Because half the people that skate nowadays don't even know what it is.
I didn't know. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know.
I mean, Future Rolling 1 came out, what, end 90s, begin 2000s, I think? And 1 and 2 are fucking, for me, like fucking game setters. There was like beautiful profiles and for that time. Watch it now, a lot of people will be like, oh, what the fuck is this? Like, even who is this guy, whatever. But for that time, it was dope. Joe Nevrin did fucking good stuff back then. And Fruitwater is Future Rolling 3, right? Am I right?
I have no idea.
I think it is.
I can't even lie.
If I'm wrong right now, people are gonna hate me. But yeah, so Future Rolling, it could be a good thing because I like the name Future Rolling. It's definitely a good thing, and he has a lot of followers. Still a lot of people, I don't know, look up to him, but they definitely like what he does.
Yeah.
So it'd be a good thing to get people their attention out there again. I'll definitely watch it, even if I know I'm going to hate a lot of it. But I definitely want, because the crew that he has, there's a shitload of skaters that I definitely want to see. I just hope he doesn't,
Nah, absolutely.
too much of stuff that I don't like. But I don't care. I don't care if he calls it future rollerblading or fucking whatever. It's a name. And apparently he asked permission to Joe Nefren. He said yes. I actually made a DVD with bands playing live on stage and doing interviews with them that a friend of mine made back in the 90s, 2000s. I helped him once with that. And a couple years ago, I decided to do the whole same thing. I emailed him. I found his email. I said, yo, dude, I want to do this. Can I give it the same name? He's like, dude, go ahead. Continue the legacy. And I did it. So as long as you ask permission to the owner, and that's not for legal wise, because I know American people need to do that because otherwise they can get sued.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just for this, the how do you say it, being nice and, respecting, because you name it after that because you probably looked up to it. Just respect. You should ask permission. If people say yes, you do it, and then it's okay. And then you can do, you name it whatever, you do whatever. Just make sure that it's good. Kind of. Don't make it worse than everything before it's made. So. No,
I feel you. But also, I mean, I'm pretty sure Joe Navran is going to be sitting in on the editing process.
That would be dope. That would be dope. I hope a lot of drum and bass comes by. He used a lot of drum and bass back in the day. So.
Yeah, that's one thing I will say. I do not like drum and bass. I don't like house. I don't like none of that shit. Especially not dubstep. I don't like that shit.
In a club, but not under skating.
That for me, because like honestly, that's one thing about Blade edits. Like if I already don't know who the editor is personally, it's already muted before I even play that shit. Cause like I'm really picky on that. Like, I mean, it just depends. But at the same time, I'm not saying like my music choice is better than anybody else's. Man, at the end of the day, because like at the end of the day, like I can watch the Basement Follow Philly video, and honestly, like Hype Williams, all that shit that he played, like all that's been on my list forever. So when he had that, I was like, oh damn, like for me, that helped me like the video even more because it hit home to me in that certain way.
Yeah, there's definitely a couple songs in the Basement video that I'm like, oh shit, man, this goes back. And yeah, music definitely plays a big role in video and editing. And I grew up with a lot of punk music in the skate videos. Of course, I'm a punk hardcore kid, but that shouldn't matter at all. But in the skate videos back in the day, there was so much punk, and I'm trying to get it a little bit back because luckily I got like little Leify that listens to punk music, so I can make stuff with him with punk music under it. So I try to get some stuff back because sometimes I watch edits, and the young kids nowadays, kids from 19 years old, they listen to rap music that is unbelievably bad sometimes. I gotta say though, I just dropped another skate edit yesterday, night edit with A$AP Ferg under it. But
sure.
That's, you know, those songs are still, you can still hear what they say.
Yeah.
But mumble rap nowadays, I don't get it. I like the beats, I just do not get the singing. But some kids, they love it, and they put it on the skate edits, and I'm like, oh, fuck, this is shit. But then I think about it, and I'm like, no, this is the stuff they listen to now.
Yeah.
If they want to use this is their right. This is what they like, you know?
Yeah.
For example, I've been already thinking about music since the summer for that movie, and I'm trying to do music from people that we know or that is like young groups. For example, if I would be filming you and you know this band from Copenhagen that doesn't have a label or whatever, but they sound good and you want to use that, I want to use that. I want to ask their permission, put it under it. So I said to J-Bot, I was like, hey, what do you think about music? And his buddy is making beats now. He already sent me a couple beats that I'm listening to see if it fits his skating.
Yeah.
And it's like a snippet. It's like a minute. If I like it, he's going to make the whole song. And then I can make music with the music that J-Ball likes, but made by his friends, you know. And it's all about that also. Of course, the editor has a lot of saying in it, but also the skater has to like it a lot.
True.
If it has to be, you know, sometimes it's shitty music. You have to work with it. And sometimes, yeah, you don't like it. You can talk with the skater about it. You can get, how do you say, like a agreement. Sometimes it doesn't work, and the skater wants that. And that's what's going to happen, you know. But as long as you talk about it, and sometimes, yeah, shitty music comes around.
All right, but back to skateboarding. I really feel like as of lately, skateboarding has made like a pretty huge like influence on how bladers see themselves or how they want to skate now. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
tucked in shirts.
The
trucker pants. The lean.
Yeah, like
Chill lean when they land.
Yeah, a lot of people have mixed reviews on that shit. I don't know how you feel about it since you are into skateboarding. Because honestly, I'm not really. I don't know shit about skateboarding, and it's kind of on purpose, to be honest with you. Because at the end of the day, like, I can watch Ryan Arnold and Kevin Yee and just be happy. Like, I don't even need to,
I just love, for me, it's just, I grew up with rollerbladers and skateboarders in my city. We had this huge skateboard group, like 50 guys, and I lived in a really small city, and we had like 10 to 15 rollerbladers, and we all hanged out together. My best friend is still a skateboarder. My best is a skateboarder, you know, and like that. So for me, it's both the same. For me, it's just you roll and you do a trick, and it doesn't matter for me if it's on a skateboard or a rollerblade. I just chose rollerblading eventually over skateboarding because for me, it just felt better. But being rollerbladers looking like skateboarders, it's not only that, it's everybody looking like each other. I mean, everybody wearing Treasure hoodies, even if they never heard about skateboarding. Yeah. Everybody is, a couple years ago, black kids and Turkish and Moroccan kids were all of a sudden wearing Vans shoes. They never heard about Vans shoes years before, and they would laugh at me if I wore Vans
No,
shoes.
for sure.
And
No.
all of a sudden they were wearing it. But it's the same for skaters wearing Nikes all of a sudden. There's always been, hypes. Skinny jeans. Back in the day, people laughed at me, and now everybody wears skinny jeans. Fucking biggest rappers or whatever, people wear skinny jeans. So it's always people take stuff from other people. And yes, a lot of rollerbladers look like skateboarders, but then you look on the street, a lot of people look like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it really comes from skateboarding.
Or if it's just like fashion in general.
Yeah, it's easy to say that it comes from skateboarding.
The skateboarding kind of is fashion, though, realistically.
True, no, definitely. But to say that we, like the kids, steal it from the skateboarders, I don't know. Because, like you said, you don't know shit about skateboarding.
Mm.
So you maybe see the people walking on the street like that, and you like it, you take it. But you can also watch skateboard edits, and you see it and be like, oh, I like that. I want to wear, my shirt tucked in my pants.
Mm.
But, it depends. I see fucking kids at punk shows wearing the stuff like skateboarders, but I know they never touch the skateboard or rollerblades or whatever, So, and other than that, I don't care. I wear it the way I want to wear. I wear black every day, all day, and that's it.
I feel you. No, but it's funny they say like back to the shoes though. Like that, I can honestly agree. Like I know back in the day when I was in school in Long Beach, like if I went to school, I mean I got away with it. But, like, some of the homies, if they went to school wearing, like, anything that was, like, out of the norm for, like, your local dude in the hood to wear, basically, like, you would get roasted, like, as soon as you step on campus, like, immediately, like, just for doing something a bit different. I got away with it, though. Like, I wore shadow foot wraps all high school and got away with that shit. And, like, one of the homies, my homie Keith, he wore foot wraps one day. The brown basic foot wraps because I gave them to him. He wore them one day and just got roasted as soon as he entered until he walked out of school, just like complete, just burnt. Like they were, calling them Payless shoes. Like it was a wrap.
Wow.
I got away with it somehow because at the end of the day, like nobody really cared what I was wearing because they knew. Like I never even wore Jordans or none of that shit. I would just wear whatever, and so people already they already knew that it didn't really matter. But him, I mean. Yeah, he would have, like, some fresh shit every day. So you can't be going from, like, wearing J's and blah, 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 then some foot wraps the next day. Everybody's like, oh, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Yeah. That was pretty, but I definitely understand you on that one.
Yeah, for me, it just, I don't care about it. Sometimes Leify shows up with cut-off pants almost under his knees, and we make fun of it, but I don't give a single fuck. If he has one of those pants that look like pajama pants, and he skates with it. And I'm like, I would never wear that, like even in the house I would not wear it. But, if he wants to wear it, if he wants to wear that stuff, that's his own fucking choice, like that's his fucking thing. Like, I don't care. Like, if people want to show up, Russell, he has the emo look from 20 years ago. He likes it. It fits it. Because I cannot see him different like that. But some people be like, what the fuck? And I'm like, well, whatever, if he likes that hair, he likes that hair, like.
Yeah, I got used to him seeing. I didn't even think about it. Like I got used to him having hair like that, so I didn't really question.
We just make fun of it when he was here. We just because me and him liked a lot of horrible music and like a lot of horrible emo bands, so we're like on the same level. But we just make jokes about it. But people go like, "Oh, his hair, man." I'm like, so what? You want him to shave it? He's still going to be the same guy. He's still going to do the same fucking tricks. So who gives a fuck about his hair? Of course, I want my hair to be like shaven up on the side and like the top, a little bit wax in it. But if I don't fucking do that, whatever, dude. Like I'm gonna still be the same guy who complains about shitty edits on the internet, So yeah, I don't know. It's everybody needs to do. I think that's the whole thing. People should stop looking to other people so much and actually look at themselves. Because everybody does stuff, but they like to pick on somebody else. And you can say stuff about people, like I said about young kids doing skating or filming. You can say stuff about it, but be nice, Don't be a dick about it, Because you like it if you get like burned, like, oh, you cannot do it like that. Just be nice. And of course, you can make fun of your friends if they wear some whatever stuff, but still, just be okay that people want to wear that, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I feel it. But also, I want to get to. I mean, earlier last year in 2016, like I saw a lot of people making a big deal about skating flat being absolute necessary, and I know that the Adapt dudes, actually I don't really know them personally. I've never even talked to them to be honest, but I know they were pushing people skating flat only.
Yeah.
And I don't know. What do you feel about that?
I didn't skate flat. So, okay, I started rollerblading in 94.
Mm.
And I got a couple of big wheel frames in the summer of 2015. I was skating with Louis Peckham in Amsterdam and my boy Wieboud. And Wieboud had the hyper skates and he wanted to get some clips. And I was riding fucking anti-rocker with small fucked up wheels. So I was like, dude, I need to find some big wheels because otherwise I cannot follow you. If you go in hypers and you go fast, I'd rather just stand still and zoom in. He was like, oh, I got some big frames. I got some frames for you, some fucking big frames with big wheels on it. You can use them.
And shout out to Michael Brooks with the big frames.
I put them under my skate and I thought I'm going to fall because I was like, oh, you know, I was like rolling all of a sudden. All the wheels, the bearings were really good. And I got 8 wheels touching the ground. I was like, what the fuck is this? And it took me half a day to figure it out. And I was like, oh, this is nice. And because I was not grinding anymore and just rolling, for example, following Clement doing lines, he goes fast.
Yeah.
I like speed up. So it was perfect for me. I was less tired. Like in Paris, we did a lot of skating on the streets from spot to spot. Normally, I hated that stuff. So I was doing that. I was like, I loved it. I was like going fast. I was like, oh, dude, this is perfect. But I was not grinding. I didn't do shit on those things. So I was just rolling. So it's perfect for me. So all of a sudden I was doing anti-rocker, flat riding and all that stuff. And then this summer I made up a frame with like a flat setup with with normal wheels.
Yeah.
But I couldn't grind on it. I cannot do any grinds. Like I can do soul grinds and stuff, but I can do a full torque and I just roll over the ledge. Like I rolled off it. I was like, how the fuck does this work? You know, like I didn't get it. I get that you ride really well, you go fast and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think if you're a good skater, you can skate it. I think if you're a good skater, you can do anything on any skate with any kind of wheels. Look at fucking Eisler doing backslides with fucking 100 mils or whatever, 80 mils.
Yeah.
So, but it's everybody's own thing. Adept has the symmetric frames, and they built those frames for a flat setup. That whole frame is made, and Peter is really into designing his stuff the way it should be made and how it should be used. So a symmetric frame, if you skate it with an anti-rocker, the whole design of the frame doesn't matter anymore. You can just use any frame you want. It's really made for grinding and speed the way he made it for a flat setup. So that's why they are trying to promote flat setup skating. But USD does the same with the Aeons. The Aeons are made for flat setups. You won't see anybody put anti-rocker in that because it doesn't make sense. You know, they made the whole middle part as wide as enough so you can skate like 63 or whatever and still grind it and still roll well. So, but some people just hate it. Some people cannot skate flat and they will keep skating anti-rocker until they stop, you know, and that's all personal opinion. I think it's a good thing because people skate faster now and feel really comfortable rolling, especially here in Europe with the shitty roads. So, yeah, I think it could be a good thing.
Yeah, but how do you feel about dudes like getting clips and like a hyper skate, like you said, like with the big wheels? I mean, personally, I don't watch none of that shit. Like, if I see that you have big wheels on, like, guarantee I did not watch it. I'm not really trying to talk shit. Like, you know, people can do whatever they want, but you ain't, you know, I'm not gonna watch it at the end of the day. I
Same for
mean,
me. Levi asked me to film a promo for his hyperskates, and I will film it for his hyperskates because, you know, it's good for adapt and everything.
yeah.
But it's definitely not my favorite thing to do. I made a little promo with Sam Croft in Paris on his hyperskates, you know, because it paid the bills. And it was actually fun just to roll around and get stuff done.
No, it's fun. It's
He
definitely
didn't do
fun.
grinds, you know, he just did a couple wall rides and stair bashes.
Yeah.
Me, that's good enough. But, well, you know, you cannot say shit about grinding on big wheels if you watch Richie or Dustin.
Fair enough.
Because they just fucking killed it straight away.
No, for sure. I mean, they're like almost the exception. Like, I just
Dude,
mean,
when Dustin did Savannah's on it, I was like, what the fuck is he doing? And backslides. But I actually downloaded the Wizard of Wall Street, I think it was.
yeah.
Because Peter told me, no, Kevin, it's worth your money, and if not, I will give you your money back. Peter, you owe me €5. I watched it once. There was a vibe in it. It was filmed well. I just I don't get it.
No.
You know what? I'm going to compare it like this. I've been a bike messenger, and I've been bike messaging on a fixed gear bike.
Yeah.
A track bike. A fixed gear bike sounds horrible. It's officially a track bike. Track bikes are made to go fucking fast. I was doing that shit before the hype. The hype started, and people started doing bike polo and tricks, and it was fun for a second. Then everybody was just doing only that, and everybody had a bike like that, but nobody was doing the thing they should do on it, and I was going fucking fast. That's the same thing with those skates.
So basically,
you need to go fucking fast. Look at Lomax. He jumps over fucking plant banisters 2 meters long. That's what I want to see. You know?
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Go fast, and if you want to jump stairs, but go fast. You know, if you want to do stair bashes, do it, but do it fast.
Nah, I feel you on that. Like, I definitely if I see any cones or any sort of like slalom like dance shit.
Yeah.
Like, for me, it's already, like, I don't even pay attention to it. Like, I'm sure it's fun for people, like, that's cool. But at the end of the day, like, you know what I mean? Like you said, like, if Lomax does some big shit or whatever, then, like, oh, like, it'll attract my attention a bit more.
Yeah, because he goes fast, you know? And he does gaps with it, and he goes fast, and then it's cool. But if Lomax would put those skates on, and the only thing he would do is on one foot do a little slalom and put his foot over a garbage bin, I will personally send him a message and go like, yo, you better got paid a lot of money for this, because otherwise you fucking suck.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know, like, I mean, all those dudes wearing the Flying Eagle skates or whatever, which, by the way, which is maybe the most redundant name to call a company, in my opinion, but...
Which skates are those?
Was it the Flying Eagle?
I don't even know that.
Yeah, I don't know, but I come across some of their stuff on Instagram here and there. And I mean, if they're doing their thing, like, with the speed and so on, like, that's cool. Like, the homie Jeremiah Doherty, like, to me, he's the only guy that they should really be promoting. Him and Joshua, damn, I can't remember his last name, but he's from San Diego, and you're probably going to skate with him. He's super sick. Like, Joshua Toll.
Flying Eagle skates, wow.
Yeah.
Those are just fucking ice skates, like speed skates.
Basically. But I think, yeah, only people who fucks with those skates, really, those two, Jeremiah and Joshua Toll, like, those guys, they do some sick shit when it comes to the trick aspect of big wheels. But I mean, when it comes to the other shit, like the dancing around the rail type of shit, like,
yeah, I don't miss it.
Nah. And for me, it just gets a bit. I mean, those guys post videos every day, and like just hashtag like fucking every single thing, and for me that just gets a bit much, because, you know, honestly, if I were to see that shit and I've never seen blading before, I would think blading is fucking whack. My opinion.
Exactly, and that's kind of the thing. I said that a couple of years ago when that whole thing started. I was like, that is the stuff that skateboarders look at and be like, see, told them they were faggots.
Yeah, man. I mean, shoot, I don't even.
They
Yeah.
see that stuff. If you fucking put a skateboarder in front of a fucking double set and Chris Heavy comes flying by with a 540 or a disaster grind, they'll be like, okay, I gotta admit, that was dope. But if you put the fucking same guy, same setup, and this fucking guy comes doing the double set with a fakey stair bash, they'll be like, that was gay, man. And I don't know. And I know the only reason rollerblading aggressive still exists is those skates. So we should not, destroy it.
True.
But I wish it was different, because every company that makes skates right now, the only reason they still exist is because they're still speed skates.
True.
And that's a fucking fact. And that's how far rollerblading got. So
True.
You can say rollerblading is dead.
Yeah, I mean, like, thing is though, riding the big wheels is fun. Like, I do that shit. I don't film myself do it. Like, you won't know that I'm out here, like, big wheeling. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day,
he skates every day. If he's not street skating with me, he's in his town. He lives next to the sea, riding the boulevard with those skates, just going back and forth with his girlfriend, just rolling and keeping his legs fucking, active.
Yeah.
Nick Lomax does the same. Sam does the same. They skate those skates every fucking day. Just skate so they can skate every day. That's the reason those kids have fucking good legs. They can jump over anything they want because they have those skates and they skate on it every day. They skate those skates the way they should be used for. Rolling from A to B as fast as you can and just smoothness. And of course, we're rollerbladers, we street skaters. We want to do some stupid stuff on it, but they're not made for that,
Fair enough.
I was filming Peter on his adapt skates with big wheels, and he jumped a gap, and he landed, and he broke 4 of his wheels, the cores of plastic. And I was like, yep, and that's why you shouldn't do it. He's like, yeah, and if I do it, I should just use the normal Go Project wheels because there's no plastic core in it. Because those wheels are not made for jumping off a fucking set of stairs with 80 kilos of weight,
Yeah.
I mean, look at those fucking not the rollerblade, the USDs, the white ones, or the power slide ones, with the 3 wheels on it, 125 mils.
Yeah.
Those skates, if you just go on a boulevard speed skating, those skates will last forever. If you're going to jump with those and do stair bashes, I bet those things are going to break. They're not made for that. I looked at them. I had them in my hands. I put them on. They were actually really comfortable skating. The boots were too narrow for me, but other than that, they were going fast, and I turned real fast. I was like, oh, this is fun. Then I looked at the skate, and I was looking at how the frame was at the boot and all that stuff, and I was like, man, if you're really going to do stupid stuff with this, eventually you're going to break your ankle because the whole thing is going to break. It's not made for that.
Fair enough. Yeah, but yeah, man. I mean, shoot, just to wrap this shit up, though. Been talking for like a good hour now. But last thing, I was gonna say, I think it's quite interesting that like K2 is coming back in the game at the point where it really doesn't profit anything.
Nope.
So, and I think it's kind of interesting that they're trying to get back in. I mean, it's pretty clear to me. Like, I don't know who's running the Instagram or whatever, but it's like I don't think they really know anything about like
no, I think it's
on
just
blading at that
somebody
point.
that bought the thing up and thinks they still can make money out of it. Because if you know anything about the rollerblading scene, you know that making a new skate brand is the worst idea right now. Like, everything is dying. I mean, Shadow just died.
Yeah.
USD is
Well, I don't know if Shadow really died. I'm kind of want to keep my mouth shut on that one, but I'll say they pulled the plug. I'll say.
Okay. Oh, like that, they pulled the plug. I mean, fucking their best skater posted a picture that he's riding Aeons. Super psyched for that, by the way. But I mean, if Farmer is posting a picture that he's riding Aeons, that means that Shadow is not doing anything anymore,
No, but I've been kind of back and forth with them about that because, like, personally, like, Shadow was one of my first skates, and I skated them forever. And for me, like, those were the only skates I could skate.
Yeah.
So when I heard the news, I mean, I heard about this like a long ass time ago. It had to do with, I mean, a bunch of shit. But at the end of the day, they were trying to blame Shadow about its cells and so on, and the parts breaking on it having to do with like with the company itself.
Yeah.
And in their mind, Dupe was a better candidate because they were selling. But I told them like, yo, you can't compare like Dupe to Shadow. It's two different markets. Like that, you can't make that the deciding point to kill off a brand because
Yeah.
Dupe makes more money. Even though I do not think they're gonna call it Dupe. I mean, I know that they're not gonna waste those molds, and I don't want to say too much because people are gonna be mad at me for saying shit. But at the end of the day, I mean, logically speaking, you know, the people who still want to skate that skate, you're gonna be able to skate it because they're not just gonna trash the molds.
Option for it, you know.
Yeah, they'll still be out there. It ain't gonna be called Shadow though, that's for sure.
Yeah, but still, you know, making a fucking rollerblade in this scene right now is just. I mean, look at Trigger. You know, I love the guy who made Trigger. He's a good friend of mine from Paris, but it was just the worst fucking timing, you know. And he didn't have any like also good luck with the skate making it. A lot of stuff went wrong, and I feel bad for him, you know, because he's a good guy and he actually put like his heart and soul in it, and he still goes out. He works at Nomad Skate Shop, and he still goes out street skating, and he's still dedicated, and he wants to make something, and it's awesome, but it just flopped, you know, and I feel bad for him that the industry doesn't fucking allow it, you know, and so K2 coming back, what is it, like a year ago, 2 years ago now?
I don't even know. I think it was like a year, I think.
Yeah, it's like a year ago, right?
Yeah,
something like a year and a half ago. But still, you don't see people really skate on it. People are not really psyched about it. So
no.
I don't know how long it's gonna last.
True.
I mean, for them if it works, but you know, I was never into K2 anyway in my life, so for me it doesn't matter. But if, for example, if it brings new people to go skate and if it brings money in the game and all that stuff, that would be fucking great, you know, because we could use a little boost. But I don't know, man. It's
yeah, I mean, honestly, honestly, I think 2016 was the year I've talked to more skateboarders than ever who were giving me props on blading, and to me, I'm always defensive about that shit. Like if a skateboarder comes up to me and says like, I was at the local park out here in Copenhagen, and it was actually my third day on the daps, and I couldn't do shit. I'm like falling back because I'm used to Shadow with like the high hills, you know what I mean, or at least like the hill pad. So like, you know, I'm like stumbling around, feeling dumb, and skateboarder came up to me and was like, "Oh, what you gonna try?" And I'm looking at him like, "Bro, you don't even know what the fuck I'm trying." You know what I mean? Like, why am I even gonna tell you? You know what I mean? So I kind of snapped on him, but then he came back to me and was like, "Hey man, I see you got adapts. Have you ever heard of Nicolas?" And I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, came out of nowhere with that shit. And apparently, like, dude follows blading like pretty hardcore. Like, that shit tripped me out. Yeah. And yeah, he was like, yeah, and I've heard this 3 times so far. Like, skateboarders just being like, yeah, I'm a casual skateboarder, but I don't fuck with skateboarders at all. They're like, I just watch blading because it's more of a, I don't know. I mean, it's to them.
I haven't heard that in my life before.
No, I've heard it a lot this year, and I've also heard, especially out here in Denmark, to be honest with you, like they kind of dig the underground scene. To them, they kind of glorify it in a way. I mean, I don't think it's that
sick. I can understand, but because skateboarding is so huge right now that it has 2 sides. I mean, it goes to the Olympics, and half of it hates it, and half of it is okay with it. They got the fucking street league games. I mean, Nigel fucking bought a Lamborghini from the money that he made. He's fucking 21, 22 years old, and he bought a Lamborghini from the money that he made from a skate competition, you know? So there's the real street skating, skateboarding, and there's competition skateboarding. So that whole thing is so huge. It has 2 camps right now. And rollerblading is so small. I mean, we are personally friends with the best skaters in the world. I mean, if I go to Atlanta, Farmer is probably coming to Atlanta to skate with us. Farmer is top 5 skaters, for example. Julian Ba is fucking amazing skater.
True.
And he's now your personal friend. Fucking David Sizemore, for you, of course, you live in Copenhagen, but I met him a couple years ago before he was a rollerblade and before he was like really the big guy. But if he sees me, he goes like, "Yo, what's up, dude? How you been? Brosco chilled at my house." All that stuff. You don't hear that in skateboarding
No.
from let's say a skateboarder that's not somebody big that he knows Eric Costin or Rodney Mullen or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Rollerblading is so small that it's like the skateboarder like you talked to said, you like the underground stuff of it. It is. We are so underground that everybody knows each other. Mainly because of Facebook and Instagram, we're all connected. But also, people actually know each other. Like,
True.
I come to Blade Days because I wanted to see everybody, not because of the competition, because I don't give one single fuck about a competition, but everybody was there because everybody went to a skill, but everybody was there. Fucking everybody came on a bike and you see him again, and man, it was awesome. And that's rollerblading because it's so small, everybody knows each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's what skateboarders miss nowadays. A lot of skateboarders that they don't see that anymore. For them, it's too big now. And it's good because there's a lot of money and they can actually use that money for a lot of cool projects, because that's mainly why I watch the skateboard edits. They have tour videos, they have team videos, they have money for people to just
live on it, like straight up.
Tokyo and go skate there for a week and come back and we make some edit out of it, you know? And then it's an amateur. It's not even a pro. They fucking send amateur skaters to fucking countries just to prove themselves, you know? And that's awesome. But I do also understand that it's so big that it's so hard to yeah, you know? It's like rap music. Everybody raps nowadays, you know? And it's so hard to be...
It's oversaturated, basically.
Oh, you're a skateboarder? Cool, man. Yeah,
Me too.
I did that too for 2 days, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. My nephew is a skateboarder. Oh, my neighbor also. You know? Rollerblading is like when I flew to America in 2014 for 3 months. I got pulled out the line and they had to check my bags and they opened my suitcase and the guy goes like, "Whoa, people still rollerblade?"
Always.
Whole trip, I heard that 5 times.
Yeah, you hear that.
People still rollerblade? People still rollerblade? In Europe, you don't have that because people don't care that much about it. But in America, rollerblading was a huge thing. And now people go like, "Wow, people still do that?" You know? And with skateboarding, if you would wear a skateboard under your hands, nobody's going to be like, "Oh, you skateboard?" No, they'll be like, "Whatever, you know, you have a skateboard." That's like wearing a hat.
Exactly. No, it really is. But yeah, it's kind of funny you mentioned that though, because like even the other day, like a dude out here that runs like some Copenhagen Instagram account or whatever. Like you seen like that one riot video that I posted like a little while back. He messaged me about that and was like, "Yo, we want to get like some filmers on our team. Like we'll pay you like a little bit here and there." And I was like, "Oh yeah, for sure." And then he was like, "Yeah, you got a show reel?" So I showed him the show reel, and it's like obviously, you know, blading in it. And then the dude goes, and then the dude responds with like, "Oh man, sick show reel, but you know, I'm a skateboarder, so." And I like just with that, and it's funny because only a skateboarder would respond with that shit. You know what I mean? It's like imprinted in their mind, like, yeah, but I'm kind of superior to what you do. So, you know, like it's almost if they can't even leave like a proper compliment. Like that shit's trippy. I don't know if it's like just brainwashing their mind that they just can't like anything.
That's what it is. Because I met a couple people through my punk music, the hardcore music, that I got into, and we became friends. And like these are older guys that are like 40 and they're really skateboarding. And then you get each other on Facebook, and then they see you post rollerblade stuff, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't know you were a rollerblader." I was like, "Yeah." Does it change anything that you know me already for, you know, a couple months and you really enjoy hanging with me? Does it change anything who I am?
Yeah.
I rollerblade. You used to skateboard, or you still skateboard. And then there's one guy, and he's like 42 now. I started posting my edits, my own edits that I made. Yeah. And he started watching them because he liked me as a person. And he was like, "Yo, Kevin, I never watched a rollerblade edit ever in my life. But I got to say, looks kind of dope." I was like, "See? It's not that bad. You don't have to like it per se, but don't hate on it that you don't know shit, you know?
True.
Because you're going to, like the guy who asked you to film, he likes your filming, but then because you're a rollerblader, it's not cool anymore?
Yeah, exactly, right?
Like, fuck, man. I like you. Oh, you listen to rap music? Oh no, man, I'm a punk kid. I cannot be friends with you anymore.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
good day. We had a really good day yesterday, man. But no, I cannot hang with you anymore. Listen to rap music. That's stupid. You know, that's like stupid brainwash stuff that happens nowadays too much. You know, like whatever you listen to, whatever you like. If a person is cool,
Yeah.
it's that. You know.
Nah, Phil. Yeah, but even after that dude said that shit, I was just like, yo, appreciate it. But I put, yeah, who doesn't skateboard? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, yo, you ain't special. Like, low key, if I show it to anybody, like, they're automatically gonna either, say some shit about it that way or whatever. So I'm already, aware to that shit. But he just kind of laughed it off, and I actually ended up meeting up with him and his wife to discuss like some business shit with the film. And yeah, like he ended up knowing one of the homies out here, Santiago, that does like some. He's like a blader, and his brother's a skateboarder. He was like, "Yeah, I actually know Santiago." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Oh shit!" So he ended up being cool. It's just like over text, like when it's when you don't hear somebody say it. Yeah, like you can be like, "All right, yo, like that shit was a little weird. Like that's some skateboard shit," but I don't know.
Yeah, but look at it. You look at fucking Finny Minton. He films with his rollerblades for house and for all that stuff.
Yeah.
If skateboarders would know that, they'd be like, "Oh, wow, that's actually kind of cool," you know. Like it makes sense if you do that on your rollerblades, you know.
Yeah.
And we got this Dutch guy, Giorgio. He films a lot for whatever, for like company business and for Nike. Running, and he goes with his skates through the crowd because it's the best way to go through the crowd.
Yeah.
You cannot do that with a skateboard, you know? Back in the day, ESPN filmed with the fucking rollerblades over the fucking skate course to film the skateboarders, you know?
True.
It made sense, but don't hate on it too much, you know? And of course you can hate if you don't like it, but just be real, you know? Just don't follow everybody because they say you should hate it, you have to hate it. Have your own opinion, you know? If you really hate it, cool. I respect it. If you really hate skateboarding or you're skateboarding, you rate rollerblading, and you have a fucking passion for it and you have like your reason for it, I give you respect. But if you just hate it because you're skateboarding and need to hate rollerbladers, fuck that shit. You know, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's true. All right, but yeah, man, you got any last words?
Any last words? Oh, thank you for doing this. This is your first one, right?
Yeah, actually it is. Yeah. Cool.
Sick. I hope it's gonna bring more and more and more.
Thanks,
try to find those people that have stuff to say.
Yeah, man. I knew you would be down because you always got some opinions. At the end of the day, I just I just want to talk to somebody who I know not only but also somebody who
that's easier, you know.
Yeah, isn't afraid to like speak their mind, like whatever, even if I agree or disagree. You know what I mean?
Get John Lee, but get him before 12, otherwise he's drunk.
Shit. No, I gotta get one of the dudes who I skated with back in the day on here. Like, we've been getting into some arguments because, like, one thing that tripped me out, like, going back to the States for a little while, like, just seeing so many bladers that I knew being, like, avid Trump supporters, and that shit just blew my mind. Like, and one of the homies, he's, like, a black dude. He's a black Trump supporter. He's, like, fucking hardcore about it. And I'm just like, bro, like, this is the most backward shit, in my opinion. But like at the end of the day, I still try to talk to him and understand, like, yo, like where are you coming from? You know what I mean? And really, that would be crazy if I get him out here. We fucking be going at it because it's like it's hard for me to understand like people who I would consider to be like-minded, but yet be so fucking far away. So, and that's one of the reasons why I'm still in Copenhagen because definitely not trying to be part of that shit, but.
Yeah, I wonder how it's going to be. I don't think I'm going to notice a lot when I go to the States, but I'm definitely going to see some weird stuff, I think.
Nah, you will. I felt weird being back.
Yeah.
I heard people say some weird shit that never happened before in Long Beach. So, I mean, you can definitely feel the division. It was a little weird, so you'll see.
We'll see, But thank you for doing this with me, and hope to see you soon also.
You're welcome. Thank you, man.
Dude,
appreciate
get
it.
me some clips on the depths on the ice. Get clips of you.
Man, yeah, I need to get some. But actually, I've actually been filming, not filming, but like all the clips that I had from with my shadows, I just gave it all to Eric for his FOR4.
Oh, dope.
So, cool. I mean, at least everything that's recent is going for that. But yeah, the weather here has been I mean, I'm pretty sure you know how it is in Amsterdam too,
But I'm coming to Copenhagen this year again for the Blade Days thing, and probably longer. So we're definitely gonna get some clips of you.
for sure, for sure.
Cool.
But all right, man. Thanks
Have a nice
again,
evening.
dude.
Talk to you later, buddy.
All right, talk to you. Peace.
Skirt.